Why would a person with a disability and limited job options choose to work 40 hours a week for 1,400 months when they could get 1,200 a month from disability payments at 0 hours a week? The extra 200 a month can be very helpful. For some, it's the difference in their mental health. Feeling productive and useful, even if barely financially compensated, is often worth more to people than money. Also, at a point, too much free time becomes the enemy. I've only been fortunate enough to be unemployed for one time in my life when I could afford it, and those were a horribly boring few months. It's not like someone on disability has enough disposable income to entertain themselves reliably and consistently, because they still want to do something and feel like they are capable of earning their own way through life. Not everyone who meets your criteria is able to get disability. Taking government assistance can make people a social pariah in some groups. Not getting out of the house or talking to other people can be detrimental to mental health. People generally want to feel productive. 200 with potential to get raises or other opportunities from a job are more valuable than it seems. Lol. You're not allowed to own more than a certain value of assets on disability. Your bank account balance cannot exceed a certain amount. There are non-trivial downsides. If the only downside to disability was minus 200 mo, maybe sure, if you can prove to a judge you actually need it. And most can't do that. Currently on disability and receiving around 1,400 per month. With bills necessities, I am left with maybe 150 to last a month. I just got a part-time job. Every little bit helps. And yes, it can help with mental health as well. Totally get it. I chose to work because even a little extra cash makes a difference, plus the feeling of being productive helps my mental health. Disability payments alone often aren't enough for basic living expenses, and having a job provides potential growth opportunities too. Because oftentimes disability isn't enough to live on, not with rent, bills, and food, then you have nothing left for hobbies. Might not be able to afford a pet. Also, the disability services is one of the first things chopped to bits by the government. Because at that level of income, 200 is huge. Also, because people work for more reasons than money. There's also one of those programs, I forget the name, that lets you collect both for a bit if you get a job you can work. It pays less as your pay increases, but it's still very much in your advantage to try to work more. Supposedly one of the best economic government policies the US has ever done. I wish they would change the rules on stuff like this to give people a gradual rather than sudden cut off from benefits. Getting Social Security disability is extremely difficult to be approved for. Did they apply for and get approved for disability payments? They don't just hand those out to everyone with a disability, but like other people said, maybe they would rather feel like they were working for it and have the potential for getting raises than depend on income from the government. 1,200 or 4,500 per month isn't enough to live on regardless. Plus they get disability on top of work income, unless they land a high enough paying job. Because there could be benefits that come with the salary like a pension and the potential to make more. Plus, by having a job just like everyone else, they are like everyone else. Some people have a fierce sense of independence and above all a need to earn their own way. It speaks of high character and moral fortitude. Is anyone in these comments actually disabled? Everyone keeps talking about it's good for your mental health to be treated like shit every day for a non-livable wage. How out of touch are you people? There's a reason why it's so damn hard to get on disability to begin with. The system doesn't want to give out disability benefits. They put all of these hoops and barriers to prevent people from getting access to it. I had considered getting on it, but I knew my case would never be perceived as severe enough. I didn't have the mental energy to have to apply again and again and again. Not only is it stupidly hard to get on disability, it's also ludicrously easy to lose the benefits if you make over a certain amount. You have to be basically living on scraps to keep being qualified for it, and that's an insane way to live. The system makes it hard on purpose. It's not supposed to be seen as desirable. You basically have to be so broken that the government has no real excuse to deny you any help, and as soon as you can gain any degree of autonomy they will yank that help away from you. 40 hours per week for 4-5 month is 8.08 HR gross. That seems very low. I live in a lower cost of living area in the southern United States, and McDonald's starts off at 15 HR. Because qualifying for disability is no small feat, and sometimes having a job is better for your mental health than doom scrolling Reddit all day.